Hey, thank you for joining me here on Walk the Walk, but first let's talk. I know it has been quite some time since I've recorded a video, and I can't really blame that on COVID because here I am alone recording, and that's kind of what we have to do during COVID-19. But thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I'm Dr. Beth Wilson, and I'm super excited to be back and to start getting back into the swing of things with these unexpected changes that have happened and with all that's been taking place in our world with this pandemic. I thought this was no better a time than to talk with you all a little bit and maybe give some tips and ideas of how to prepare ourselves and prepare our children, prepare educators, whoever you may be, for school starting during a pandemic. All of us around the world are going through this. Things are going to be different, and we really don't know what to expect or what it's going to be like. So I just wanted to give some tips and some ideas. First of all, I feel like a lot of us parents constantly question, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right decision for my child and for our family? And I want to tell you that you are. I hope you can look at the decision you've made as something positive, knowing you did what was best for yourself, for your child, and for your family. It's hard. It was a difficult decision. Some people are going back to school 100% face-to-face. Some people 100% virtual. Some people are doing a hybrid model, day on, day off. Things are looking different for everybody, and that's okay. It's not one size fits all. So I know that you made the decision that's best for your child. I do also know that some children may be upset with the decision that you made, or maybe the decision the school district has made, because we have kids saying, I don't want to go back to school. I want to stay home and do virtual. Why can't you or daddy stay home for work so you can teach me? It's just not possible for all families. Then some kids are saying, why am I staying home? I just want to go back to school and be with my friends. I don't want to be home. And we had to make a decision knowing some people have the ability to stay home and teach their child, so we're able to open up that space in the school system for a family who may not have that ability to stay home and teach their child. So I really applaud you, those of you who made that decision to do virtual schooling based on, I don't know if I really want to be a teacher and be with my child all day, but I know I have the ability to do so and other people do not. One thing I want parents to keep in mind is I hear a lot of negative talk. I read a lot of negative things, and I overhear a lot of negative things about the school districts and decisions that have been made. With that, I'm now hearing children say a lot of negative things about their specific school or even their specific teachers because they're overhearing things that parents are saying, and they are then relating that to their teacher and to their school. So it's leaving a negative taste in their mouth as well. I want to encourage us all as parents to try not to let our children hear those negative conversations if they are taking place, and try to maybe change our perspective a little bit and recognize that the schools aren't making decisions based on one child's needs, but they're making a decision based on thousands of children that are very different, and based on hundreds to thousands of staff members who are very different and needing to do what they feel is best and safest for their community and for their schools. So I hope that we can come to terms with that and recognize that during this time, and that we can all work together. So a couple tips for us who, first off, for those who may be teaching their child at home, try to be consistent. Develop a schedule, whether it be laminating it and allowing your child to mark off each task with a dry erase marker, giving them some independence so they know what they're going to do next, starting the day at a certain time each day with a certain task each day, making it consistent. Don't change it up. There's no need to think that changing up a day is going to be more fun. Children need a schedule and they need consistency. And I feel that us as parents and teachers, adults, we need that same thing. So if you're a learning coach, a parent that's going to be teaching your child, or a virtual teacher, try to keep things consistent. It's going to be good for kids to know their expectations and to know what's going to happen during that school time. The other thing I can say is most of us parents, learning coaches who will be doing virtual learning and teaching our child, we are not trained educators. So be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to make some errors and don't be too hard on the process and what's going on, but just try to embrace it and do the best you can and just try to make learning fun again. Another thing for everyone is don't give your child false hope. Don't tell them everything's going to be okay. I'll be honest, I was going to come on here and just say, let's just do this together, one foot in front of the other. We've got this. It's going to be good. Let's make it a great year. And then reality hits. Well, things might not be good. We don't even know if schools will be open all year. We don't know what this is going to look like. We don't know if my child's teacher is going to get COVID. We don't know if the school will close down because there's so many cases. We have no idea, and it's very unexpected. And so help prepare your child for the changes that may come. Kids a lot of times will hear about something that's going to take place and be excited for the future and what's going to happen. Oh, Mommy, I can't wait till next week because in science we're going to do X, Y, Z. Okay, honey, I know you're so excited about that and I can't wait for that to happen for you. Just remember, it might not be next week, but hopefully it does get done, whether it be at home or at school. It's a project that you're going to get to do. So just make it real. Let's be real and let's be honest with our kids. Things might not be okay. And the next thing is things are not going to be normal. There's nothing normal about having to wear a mask all day or having to at least wear a mask when going into school. There's nothing normal about not being able to go give your friend a hug that you haven't seen in 6 to 8 months. There's nothing normal about not being able to use your drinking fountain at school. There's nothing normal about eating lunch in your classroom for most schools. Some schools do that, but a lot of schools, that's not normal. Going to school every day, or every other day, I should say, isn't normal for most schools. There's a lot that's going to be different. Prepare your child for this. Let them practice wearing a mask throughout the day as long as possible during those school hours to get them used to it. Practice putting it on, taking it off. What do they need to do if they're outside and just need a breather real quick, but making sure it's positioned properly. Practice washing your hands appropriately, which is, I believe, singing happy birthday 2 times and that good stuff so they can sing it in their head so people don't make fun of them. But make sure they're getting that practice and it's being practiced routinely. Practice using hand sanitizer throughout the day as much as possible. A pencil drops on the floor, sanitize that and your hand, whatever it may be and whatever you feel comfortable with teaching your child. But get them used to that routine. Also get them used to waking up and getting ready in the mornings, whether it's going to be for the bus or for you to drive them, because it's been a long time since your child has had to wake up to go to school. So prepare them for that schedule and that routine and what's going to take place, because here in a couple weeks, it'll help if you've had some practice before then so that they can step right in and be ready for this change. And the last thing I want to leave you with is that through this all, we're all in it together. We're all in this around the world, trying to adapt to the changes and what's happening and the sicknesses around us and just all that's taking place. So let's have a positive mindset about this. Let's try to make learning fun as best as we can for our children for the days that they may be home, or if they're home with you every day, or even if it's after school because they're back at school but things are different. Let's try to make it different by doing some more fun educational things with our kids. And let's also be there to support them. Because in all honesty, they're the ones that are going through the biggest change with this change ahead of us in the 2020-2021 school year. And we want to make sure that they know that we support them and we hear them and we need to be honest with them about what may come. So So thank you for listening. I hope you all have a great start of the school year. I will be on here soon, but I'm sorry that it's been so long. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Like us on Facebook and Instagram, follow us, and I hope to see you here next time on Walk the Walk, but first let's talk.